Good morning, everyone. My name is Puneet. I was always interested in defense forces. Uh, Self-discipline, aura, nobility, purpose. I think that was influenced me to be part of defense forces in early days. And maybe glamour like movies like Top Gun, Tom Cruise, Hrithik Roshan. When you look at Lakshay, I used to imagine myself having been like them. 2003, I appeared for the ND exam, and unfortunately, I could not pursue because, as an Indian family, they do not have that kind of a leverage that your kids go to different remote places. I could not pursue my passion. What should do that time? I mean, should you let go that purpose of your life, what passion you want to live? Over the period of time, fast forward, when you look at uh, I joined an early stage company. We were basically upgrading weapons. And I think, that was a time I had to interact with all defense forces. When you see, we were the one who created night vision devices, optoelectric devices. Even at 20-kilometer distance, we were the one who created, you can see in zero lux or maybe amplify starlight to see, everything, even the dark. So that was primarily for no man's land where you just have to identify. We were in the position to detect who is there, who is not there. And in case of starlight, I can amplify and even detect whether he is Ram or Sham so that forces can take their decision immediately. We were the first company in India who got the manufacturing license to produce and invent these technologies in India. So later on, I mean, the way I want to live, if when you look at defense, which I really wanted to pursue my passion, I could not actually get through. But since it was related to weapons upgradation, which is pretty niche, I lived my life even in early days, right, 20 years ago, where I've been trained to shoot and train soldiers. How even to utilize this technology, and the interaction was almost similar the way it was supposed to be in defense. But when you look at movie like Yuri, they are the one who used these technology which was created by me. So today, when I'm here, I just wanted to share that there is no way, there is not even a single way to live your passion. I mean, I think मैंने decide किया है कि that is my today's topic because it's not important that whether or whatever you really wanted to pursue, could you actually pursue the same way or not? So my view in this is passion is not necessary that you have to live the same way. I mean, if you have to or you want to become an actor, that doesn't mean you have to be a star. I mean that's or you want to become businessman, you have to be an entrepreneur. So I mean when you look at movies like Three Idiots, I think they've already helped us to identify. 15 years ago, they have told us that how to find your passion, and we know कि जो हमें पसंद है अगर हम वही करते हैं तो that would be the best way to live your life. I think this was very clear. So what my view is, when you have to actually you think that if you have to pursue your passion, I suggest you ask your two questions yourself. One is that how best you can contribute towards the passion which you are actually pursuing. And second is, क्या आपके टूथपेस्ट में नमक है? So the idea is, I think that's the only one way. You have to identify that कि अगर मुझे कुछ करना है, तो you have to come back and say कि मुझे जो pursue करना है, उसमें मैं best contribute क्या कर सकता हूँ? I think that's the thought process one should have. It's not really mandatory that if you want to, pursue X career, you have to start this. I think I would like to add more examples to start with. Coming back to Harsha Bhogle, I think pretty known name, right? And if you look at Harsha Bhogle, he is like us. He did his engineering, went to IIM Ahmedabad. He wanted to pursue cricket, right? But he could not pursue cricket. But eventually, if I ask you what is a next or another name who is not a cricketer and who is the best commentator, right? I don't think so you would be able to tell me more than one or two names. So the idea is, even at, he was so much passionate about cricket, right? Eventually, he is not a cricketer. But I think throughout his life, irrespective of his engineering or MBA, right, he got a breakthrough All India Radio, and then he got a breakthrough in 1991 in Australian cricket when he was asked for commenting, right? So Phil Knight is another example. Okay, when you look at Nike, I think it's not just something a new name to you. It's a very popular brand now, right? Phil Knight, when you read his book Shoe Dog, so Phil Knight का कहना था कि मुझे एथलीट बनना था, एंड अब एथलीट बनना था, बट इवेंचुअली अगर वो एथलीट नहीं बन पाया तो क्या करते हैं? So he started a company Nike, and now he is living the whole dream of becoming an athlete. In fact, more involved with athlete. So the idea is, when you look at whatever you want to do, of course we say that your whatever you want to pursue, if you can pursue whatever your passion is, that's the best combination. And moving forward, when you look at what is the best way I can contribute to the passion, when you look at, I think all these examples come to this place. So I want to show this picture to you. This was a dilemma when I've been thinking throughout my life, despite of the fact I could not pursue my career in defense, but I really wanted to pursue defense. This was my dilemma in 2016. When a senior general told me, Puneet, in Citing, there are people in 90 days they don't take a bath. And imagine people like us, we are privileged, we have access to water. We don't have such kind of a feeling कि बिना पानी के अगर हमें 2 दिन नहा ना पाए तो कैसा लगेगा. So when you look at a submarine, even 45 days, people don't take bath. So in that situation, I think the love towards defense was always in me, and I was always looking for something which I can fulfill more. I came back to the campus IIT Delhi. With the help of IIT Delhi, we developed technology called waterless bathing. उससे लोग बिना पानी के नहा सकते हैं. And that has become a revolution all across, Army, Navy, Air Force, even Special Forces have become our customer. But when you look at while you pursue your passion and whatever you really want to do, even during that journey, of course, we got appreciated by President of India, who came to IIT Delhi and recognized that yes, this is such a powerful revolutionary technology which can really help so many people. And it was always in my mind that whenever starting Clensta early days, that how I can indirectly service the forces even if I'm not part of service. So when you are in this journey, you eventually don't know how you start from something and you take forward, that over the journey you decide you get scale. And I think I'll give you maybe one more example to give you perspective. Maybe one example is Facebook. And Facebook started specifically for digitizing a community of college students. But today, Facebook is the largest platform for advertisement. So I think the first thing which is important, what my belief is to start. And when you start, over the period of time, you get to know what next big thing is actually waiting for you. And when Jack Dorsey was in India, we of course, I asked the same question that why you do not have a delete button on Twitter. I think we concluded a very interesting story, and which was again, came back on defense forces. Alexander the Great, their thought was very clear that whenever they used to go for fight, जैसे वो अपने आइलैंड पे पहुंचते थे उन्हें बोला जाता था कि पहुंचते अपनी शिप चला देना. So the idea was that you should not have that backup option in your mind. You have to have only one thing in your mind, either win or lose. You don't come back. So I think with that journey, when I was thinking throughout my life, I think with that thought, Nike, Facebook, all of these, all brands, which are very popular, they started from this, and eventually, over the period of time, Nike has not just become only a sports sphere. I mean, today it has a large adoption has come. While scaling, I think we took the same route. When we started from one foundation, which was conserving water as well as access to hygiene, what my realization was that we have to have more big thing waiting for you, which we can solve larger problem of the consumer. And we onboarded Paraniti recently to basically to become voice of our brand, so that we can have to a larger consumer base. And one thing I just want to end with this thought. 1.2 billion people across the globe lack access to water, and we all know that if whatever we love, we passionate about, and that become a career, I think that's a best case combination. And in those cases, you never ever have to resign or retire. And I believe that's a way to live, your passion. Thank you.